Historical day, my friends. FNATIC versus Team Vitality. DERKE versus FNATIC. FNATIC versus DERKE. This is the first time ever that this happens. And man, this is fucking epic. This is fucking epic, bro.
But that also gives the tape over to FNATIC. DERKE, though, he is looking to battle and brawl within the first seconds of the round.
Man, also Alpha versus Last. This is legendary.
Still patiently waiting back in mid.
Yeah, and you've still got that gate crash down inside sewers as well.
Crashes on the last game of FNATIC.
They need it. The idea to
prime
fake out
crashes,
early and not much of a reaction from FNATIC. Very stable as they push up in B main, gaining control.
No one ever checked this position, man. I always say that to you.
Entire time, getting a reward for his patience here. You see the Yoru, you
Not even
think maybe
DERKE.
it could be a fake. It could be looking to gate crash back, but now they've got the steps as well, confirming that this attacking side is moving up into heaven. Alpha greets them there as well. A double opener, but Safe puts him to bed. There's still a chance on this A side hold, but with the fast rotations,
yeah, look at the flank by Kayak.
Boxed in with that middle push-up that's come through from Chronicle and players rotating into the site.
There.
It's still quite an uphill battle.
Oh, we got Dink.
It's looking rough at this stage for the side of Vitality. Boaster just playing passive, a wraparound already coming in from behind, and Safe is going to have to hit the shot immediately and won't be given the chance.
Yo, kicks?
Stuck in.
Yeah, no chance.
Will bring it back, still manages to
Yo, but in this position, he's so good, bro. It's crazy. Man, I gotta tell, I will have to leave for some rounds because I'm doing another game that I cannot recover the VODs so easily as I can on YouTube. So I have to do that one first, and then I will return here for this game, okay? And also, even on the previous game, man, sometimes I have to leave for like a few rounds to rest my back. Today is 6 series, man. Big day, long day, amazing day, beautiful games, but I gotta take things, you know, give some rest to my back.
It's gonna cause problems. You're losing your Viper wall and some A control as a result.
And my goodness, this is not looking good for Vitality. But keep in mind, this is FNATIC in map pick.
Keep that advantage.
Kayak and Boaster have ult. And bro, this kid, Sivu, played really good on their first game, on his first game, I mean.
Fantastic so far. Boaster as well. Even just said it seconds ago. He's on
I
point.
got the impression, man. He kind of looks like Swag.
The point of contention.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
And eyes are focused on Kayak.
The legend Swag.
Boaster. He welcomes himself in. That's a double pick from the backside.
Alfier is watching.
Aye.
Timing almost works out for him. But either way, it has forced them back. An important entry, though. Chronicle down, leaves a bit of an opening, but the B main aggression is still there. Kayak is not going to fall for
and it's DERKE, man. Yo, Kayak versus DERKE. Holy shit. Very important game for this kid, man. For FNATIC as an argument, you know? This game is huge, bro.
And now left onto less. 20 seconds of Kayak.
5-0.
Just before, in fact.
I'll watch this round and then I will leave, okay? But I will be back. I will be back, I promise.
Round to take those risks in when you've got those weaker weapons. Armageddon calls it goes. Alpha can't get out. He has to fight them here and now, and at least manages to keep things even. The ult trade out. Well,
okay.
If it was just for the kill, it wouldn't be worth it. But now they've got heaven control and a real chance in this round.
Dimensional drift also available. That's just been picked up by DERKE. Means he can get them the information if he needs it.
I got solo killed by a ghost.
With only a ghost in hand, this leaves Kayak 9-2. Operator, not really the gun you'd want in these sort of moments. He'd have to pick. Unlucky. Big round for Vitality.
Push is coming in through heaven. A lot of space taken by Vitality already. Less's lurks have just been so good. And it comes back to Alpha. Same position as before. And they're not going to clear it. That's 2 from Mundi.
Oh, these are not going to forget that one in a while. It's so much time. And unfortunately, just the
the round's not over yet.
Not even just wasting the bullets of one gun, but wasting the bullets of 2. And this is what it's like to face up against your old teammate.
No, in fact, just the dive.
Oh, and in fact, that gives an opportunity. That's the spike down on the deck. Bear that in mind. Not a lot of time left for Vitality to try and work with. And Boaster, more importantly, Kayak is just going strong. This duo within the B site has been perfection. Or in-zone flawless, you could say.
It has indeed. An in-zone flawless round on the board. And yeah, I think the salvos must have been used a little earlier. They weren't online on the push through, but still, almost adding an extra layer to it, using the fake gate crash, the fake TP, instead of actually committing to it, but it didn't seem to cause any sort of a problem for FNATIC.
I'm pretty sure earlier when we had a replay for both.
With the player in B main and one already down, B seems like an easy target. Chronicle's the only one standing in the way, and he gets caught by the decoy.
Oh, operator retreat, paranoia pass through! And Sevov is gone. Boaster predicted where his opponent was coming from, and more importantly, he's been able to hold on to B main.
Said it was only Chronicle standing in the way. Didn't think B main would be able to be held on to so deep into the round. Big push by Vitality.
Yeah, they know.
Don't commit it though. It's half committed. DERKE even caught with his knife out. Luckily kicks filled back into space and covers his retreat. A double pickup. And they know that Boaster is coming from B main. They've certainly heard the steps now confirming the rotate didn't come through, unless again from up in heaven. Who's surprised? Repositioned slightly by Crashies. He can avoid it, maybe provide a little bit of cover as they step out. In fact, even gets the C's down. That's going to slow them. TP to the backside. DERKE stuck it. They know, though. They've seen this before. Catching him. Great reveal that would have forced the hand. Boaster on the double. Crashies can't hold on, though. They're able to recover the site, but getting across with the spike is another challenge. Kayak's back up in heaven. Almost takes Safe out. The shot whizzing past his ear. 15 seconds. Last round. No time to save. He's got to swing in, but that means crossing the operator of Kayak. And he's hit the shot anyways. Already 3 under his belt. The nade through, not going to deny. The blast pack won't do it either. Safe's gotten away with it. The salvos! It's a bold play, and not one that will work out in his favor.
They've decided to play this almost as a full retake. 4 players gathered up in towards that spawn area.
Yeah, they're gonna come blitzing through. Late play by Crashies is being spotted. Making it out of here, not quite so easy, tucked in the corner, but the fire from down below, it's lighting up the kill feed. Chronicle with the double, and the site now taken for a plant. They're not sticking it yet, still trying to bait more players into Chronicle's crosshair, and just seconds away from seeing that work. Oh, he's caught him off guard! It's a wonderful play! Leaving it down to Crashies to do it all, and they've spotted him too. What a round from Les already, with 35 seconds left. There's still time for Crashies to... Well, they're not behind him in main. That's what he was clearing there, so great information at least. Knows where both are, but dealing with Les seems to be a problem. 3-piece for him and a great recovery on a pistol round that was definitely in danger.
Yeah, I always find that with Les, when you're watching those attack sides, especially on a map like this, where he's going to get his one, he's going to be lurking in the back, maybe finishes off someone as they're trying to like wrap back around. But it feels like he's not invisible, but you just don't see much of him in that first half. And then you get into the second half and you remember who he is. It's where you're walking into his setups, where he's rotating back in. And, well, in this, it was just the perfect timing and quick reactions to pick off a double. Vitality now. Get that pistol under there instead, unless a Bucky's going to do some real work, which it might, No. 3 HP, though.
We're a pixel closer to him, who knows? Les again! It's the same old story.
See what I mean now?
Yeah. Yeah, that has nothing to do with setup or utility. This is just Les. Oh, he got popping heads. Eventually down goes Safe.
How's he got 3? Like, the man only has a classic. This is always the thing when I feel like you watch Chronicle. You just see stuff that doesn't make a lot of sense. And now, with a gun in hand, Bulldog, the same as his opponents, one of them even tagged, and it's Chronicle. He has a chance.
Oh, but the shots don't land. While Chronicle comes in with a Viper's Pit ready to work with. B-side is the target. If they can get that pit down, there's a lot of trouble for Vitality, but Sevov able to pick off the first. Already TP'd into the back of the site, but he's not got any real opportunities, barely avoiding the breach utility, but taking a big, heavy tag down to 45 HP. Good pickup by DERKE, and they thought the Kayak had left. They thought the utility had cleared him out, but he gave his position away. Boaster on 8 is the last man standing, and he won't stand any longer. Salvos and an Armageddon can easily turn the tide of a site take. It has, and the rotation's coming in, but it's surely not. They're taking a while to get to backside, actually. they'll be here on time to potentially disrupt that plan, depending on utility. And with 12 seconds, that's not ideal. In comes the Armageddon, 10 seconds on the clock. We're down to the last chance. The plant needs to be stuck. If they can interrupt, it could change the game, but they're not there on time. And the full stick is cancelled! A huge piece of utility. Kicks may have made a mistake with that very same util before, but this time, the aftershock hits hard.
Immediately, KAYAK is going to look to try and take that space, but it's a ruse for the other side of the map.
DERKE thins the herd, and again, a round where Chronicle wants to put that ult into play. KAYAK with a risky maneuver, but they needed to recover something on that push. Unfortunately, it's left them in a really tough spot. 5v2 now with Safe taking down Alphier, and Crashy's hold as he might. He's separated from his teammate, he's all alone, and you can't hold all those angles. Not when Vitality are flooding back in. It feels like there's a couple rounds now where we've seen FNATIC want to make it to a site. The Chronicle just gets eliminated immediately.
I think the salvos as well from Safe. Like, we're used to him, go back a year or two, just first man in taking battles, but I think his salvos have been so disruptive. A good start though, that's less down, and a lot of the time that's a solo anchor. You can see Alfie is going to try to make a move off of it. The stun is perfect. The supportive util for Boaster, and then the swing from KAYAK.
Yeah, that's worked out wonderfully. I think a little bit whiffy up in heaven before the stun landed, but gets there in the end. Well, gets there in the end for Alfie. 9 rounds turning into 10.
Nervous now, getting into the remaining 25 seconds. Off the top goes Alfie, and needs this opening onto Les, and that's exactly what he finds. He actually had the spike as well. They sent that through over the top for him to get that plant. And that's exactly what he's done. A man advantage as Vitality are looking to challenge.
Yeah, they're looking to commit to this. Understandable indeed. You've highlighted there Crashy's late play through mid, and it's going to be off Chronicle's contact as they move up through heaven. They'll be trying to fire a few shots off from the side, spot the info, allow Crashies to come up and capitalize. In goes the stun, and the backside push commences. 5 seconds until salvos. We can't wait for them. It's time to take ground here and now. FNATIC need this round, and Alpha seems content to lock it in with kicks down. They might almost retreat. The time is too far gone. They've caught Crashy, sure, but it's a consolation prize. The round will still go to FNATIC. FNATIC on the back foot.
Space taken though. Wow. A little bit cheeky from Boaster, looking to try and take the rounds into his own hands. I don't think DERKE is going to be forgetting about that one anytime soon. Kicks to respond. Aftershock to try and delay, but Chronicle's already on the other side of it. Doesn't expect anybody else to be that close. Back to level peg, and again, Safe looking to go through the additional utility, just waiting for someone to try and hit that cross, and now just happy to take that man advantage.
No time to pick. Chronicle stuck in the corner, and Les won't let him out. KAYAK grabs one after the plant with the reposition needed. The steps heard, and Seavoff on his trail. 12 rounds now for Vitality. The reaction could still be there, but late on, that's exactly what the play is going to be. Leaving the pit late into mid. Fired up into heaven was the showstopper, but it won't land value, not in the form of a kill, but it's done damage, and it's sent Vitality into a deeper hold. But now, they're seemingly looking to retake that space. Kicks inside of utilities, pushing forward alongside his teammate Seavoff. They don't want to relinquish control, and that could be their biggest mistake. Alpha popping off with players soon to emerge from that smoke.
That was the second one placed, but the time on it is ticking. This is so many enemies to try and find, and Alfia just isn't stopping. We are going to overtime after another in-zone flawless.
No, there's players right around this corner, the entire team, in fact, coming his way, and that cage perfectly blocks what could have been a one and done, or at least a chance to get out. The gate crash
so alone.
moving
Look,
to
they
backside.
are on the other side. There's 3 players
surrounded.
currently on B. They gambled in completely the wrong direction. They gate crashed away from this position. So now he has tried to delay. He's utilized whatever he can. Now it just comes down to, can he hold on to this backside? Can he take somebody with him? Otherwise, this retake's going to be incredibly difficult. But he steps up when needed. A third kill for Crashies. He was left on an island, but somehow he has survived. This puts that timer, that clock on. Les already is the last man standing, and while Crashies has pulled out a hero round that never should have been.
Best part about that is you see him go by and they're like, Alpha's on site, you deal with him real quick. And he just comes in with the shorty, raining down hell.
How did he get 3? Like, that's literally, just moments ago, we saw a rotation from Kayak to the other side of the map going, okay, we think this is a B site here. He is at the back alone. No one anywhere near him, and manages to get 3. We talked about this guy back at kickoff as at times being a bit underwhelming. Maybe not being at that level anymore, but wow.
Austin Roberts.
Still actually has those salvos available. Timing is going to be everything for them. 20 seconds left on the clock. He's now got kicks alongside, and that said, he has bought them extra time.
12 seconds. They pick DERKE. Still 2 on the site, though. Do they have the read? Kicks finds 1, and from the smoke comes safe. 6 seconds. Plant needs to be found! But first, you gotta find Kicks. 4 kills on the backside. He says, Crashy's hold my beer. He'll do 1 better. Neck and neck, and another overtime. We thought this could be a belter of a series, Tom. I didn't think the first map would go this hard. Can't wait to see Lotus and Haven.
Oh, yeah,
but I'll wait as long as we need to. Give me more OTs.
Normally you warm up a little bit. You get into the late game where you get these clutch plays out. Maybe everybody's a bit more exhausted, but it's just absurd.
Nice! Thank you!
I think this is more of a confidence play.
Oh, Chronicle. Finally, the first death will be avoided. He's the one to pick off DERKE. Big one to find as well. Vitality, though, they're going to stay strong in their play towards this A site, moving up into heaven. He said Kayak, playing that little deeper, but it's going to be sold as a fake. They won't know that there's a player aggressive because Crashies is in that same old position, playing passive. He's drawing their eye. Sends in the C's as well, and Kayak gives his position away, but it's well worth it. Landing himself the pick. And they know there's still 1 in heaven. Seavoff down low. TP, he won't get away. Oh, he will! Barely avoiding those shots in the smoke down to cover his retreat. No, he will not make it to sight, though. The spam through that smoke picks him off and leaves 1 player less. Good in the clutch, but no time to even plant the spike. This round is done, and it falls in favor of FNATIC.
To try and sell Althea as a ruse while the rest of the team go back, but an aggressive position from DERKE. It's one that's going to be difficult to hold on to. Obviously trying to bait him out with the teleport back, but the fake smoke
Down, B.
works out in DERKE's favor. And Crashy's down already.
She's gone, indeed. 3 players around this position as well. 2 players make that with Seavoff down. 1 up in heaven, Kicks not yet spotted. And that TP into backside from Kayak has gotten them so much space to play with Alphayer on the lurk, but he's being caught. Les knows that game. It's not one you're likely to beat him on. Numbers back in favor of the defensive side. And a retake, not even needed yet. Salvos come in to delay the plan.
General irritation. Obviously FNATIC this time with a lot more on the clock. Plant will now be in their favor. Aftershock to try and create a more awkward scenario for Kayak, but he's not really been cleared. Even still, Kicks manages to win the battle, and just like that, they fall like dominoes. It is a quick retake from the side of Vitality.
They've made the right call, but Boaster on the B site. Well, he called earlier, let me back on B. And here he is, but he has to hold off against the whole squad. 12 seconds. Plant needs to be connected very soon. That paranoia, perfect from Seavoff. That's a double pickup from him with the paranoia alongside his buddies. And now a plant that should be difficult for FNATIC to get back into. That jump was heard, and DERKE's more than ready for the angle from Crash. He's a cleanup for Vitality, and then
because DERKE still has complete vision into B main, there's not really been a mass reason to pull those rotations away. Also, someone normally challenges him, so instead they're going to go walked into a pretty stacked up site. The TP stun is perfect though. That safe eliminated immediately, but still they have to try and deal with less. This time he comes up Trump, still sat at the back of the site. A second already dropped, looking for more, but eventually dealt with. And now DERKE, the man returning to face his old team, is all that stands. His IGL on the other side, and well, anything you can do, we can do better.
And stack the A side a bit more heavily. It worked, at least in terms of having numbers for the fight, but still, FNATIC are able to break through. Another OT. Oh, and Kayak in a risky position, but one that has a wealth of rewards. A 2-piece pickup, and Vitality miles behind in this attack round.
Crashes do that before, expecting DERKE to try and be cheeky on the cross, and that's the second time he's been punished for the exact same play. Obviously about 10 rounds between the last time it happened. Crashy's less in a 1v1, and Les has taken it home. Still, though, a hefty rotation of players. Boaster trying to make sure the cross to sight is not going to be an easy one, and they've also lost the battle within Heaven, leaving just two standing, and they know exactly where Kicks is going to be. Les to try and fight back, needs an ace to take it, and while with Dimensional Drift just basically being as awkward as possible. Kayak now comes up with a 4K of his own, and FNATIC now with another chance to close.
Well, that's it. The focus is very much around DERKE playing his old team. And of course, that's a very deep storyline with all the international events they've not just played at together, but won together as well. And the EMEA ones too, let's not forget. He got the bucket. But for FNATIC, having someone like Kayak coming up against DERKE, if you have a bad game, the immediate comparison is going to be...
Holy shit, I did like insanest flick, bro.
Yeah, just the wall. Feeding their way back to B. You've just lost your lurker over on the A side. You see an immediate response over on the B side. You expect that to be the complete commitment. But instead, they're walking into a free A side. Of course, FNATIC have to take the time to do so, have to take the time to get in, but they'll have a post plant and a potential late position.
It's time to make a decision. Gate Crash is going to be going offline fairly soon, and there's no way to make the call any different now. Gate Crash gone. Kayak moving into A, going for the flank. It looks like he'll be good, catching one at least, knowing the push is coming in, communicating that to his teammates. It results in a trade to start with. We're waiting for Kayak to complete this full wrap around, and it's a free kill presented. He will capitalize. Looking up top for safe, a good idea. Ow, it's a messy fight, but when he wins, DERKE on the other side though, facing his replacement and taking him down to keep the game going. Another overtime needed to separate these teams on split.
Oh, here we go. The longest map was, of course, yesterday, Foot versus Mate. And obviously that was an 18-16. We are going to at least 18-16. We'll see if that continues. I think we've been there most of the time. We've had the longest maps in history.
And Provine, what game?
Thinking back to a little bit of FPX Forza, or maybe, if you want to talk about FNATIC, a FNATIC mech. Oh, Crashy's about to be under pressure once again. He thrived in it when we kicked off OT.
Last big pickup. Kayak's been bailing them out of rounds. When things get dicey, Crashies has done the same with these A-site holds, but no 3K this time. Sivov is picked off at least, but look how quickly the response is there. Les always causing problems. In your blind side is where he lives, and a double stack up will send Boaster to the Shadow Realm. It's only Alphayer looking to bring this back. Vitality of 4 players alive, plenty of time to work with, and an op not great for a spray transfer, is it? 17-16.
Drone going up.
Minute 10 on the clock. FNATIC showing much more mid-presence than most of the rounds, looking to make their way through, but Alpha, this has been the consistent factor. He's been lurking around B main, trying to pressure, trying to take DERKE off the angle. This time, he's running into Les.
Think about their attack rounds. When they won attack rounds, he was the focal point.
Careful here.
Finding either an opener, picking off Les, like winning that battle, as you said, or coming up with 3 or 4 kills. This time they're going to have to try and deal without him, and that will burn the clock. 40 seconds left, and they are only just clearing out positions in mid. The spike also outside B without a whole lot of help. This is a dangerous round at this stage from FNATIC.
They failed to take down Kicks as well. Still so much util online. He's forced forward though by the snake bite. A chance if they can pick him off, but instead it's Kicks finding one up above. Les consistent, and he's on the site with just his dinner to finish. Boaster and Crashies. And it's Crashies to take the kill. Keeping this doable for his side, but a plan has to be stuck surely. Barely any time left, and now no choice. DERKE with the swing could end it all here, and that's exactly what he does. The final dagger in the back from their former squad mate. And it is 18-16. We went the distance here. Vitality 1-0 up going into their own map pick.
Yeah. interesting.
Aye, my friends, that last game was epic. Historical game, historical day. One to never be forgotten, bro.
Don't fix it.
I already added to the first map.
Vitality can't
Sorry,
break
I wasn't
Fnatic's
present
toys.
interacting with you guys, but now I'm back.
Push from Kayak, he's been
And let's
spotted.
go, man, let's go.
Safe. Taking his
Today has been a crazy day, bro, crazy day.
The early fight from FNATIC wasn't
I just
intended
finished
to
eating
be-
too.
It's gonna take a bit
I
of
don't know
space to
how
bed
I did
here
all
and there.
that in such a short little time. Actually, the tech pause, man, that happened on the first game really helped me.
Giving up this space for the push up that
It was
you'll
a very long one.
typically see from teams.
Thanks, EMEA production. You guys always got my back.
Someone on rubble, but not so ready for kicks. Still, he
I will
only
return
finds
the
one before
favor.
going down.
Get quite a bit further. Maybe they would have expected. No, DERKE is waiting and watching. That now leaves this as quite a
That's how DERKE shooting kayak spotted there, bro.
FNATIC. It seems like there's a decent
I love it.
idea. They're safe. Shrouded out.
30
And
seconds.
Vasim
VIT
to close
utility
the
needs
game
to-
out,
They might
bro.
just have an opportunity to try and put the
What
pressure
a fucking
on
legend. Man, but this volume seems low.
Rope in his back
And
is now
Preppy?
compromised. Wants
Was
to
me,
fight
actually.
forward. And good for the first. That's all he's getting this time. Crashies knows there's a fight brewing with Safe, but has to go back to cover the plant. 10 seconds left. And it's time to get that spike on the floor. DERKE dropping down's being heard, but there was no chance to stop the defuse, or the plant, I should say. The
Bless.
defuse now certainly coming through.
Yo, but chill, Vitality. I want to see 3 maps here.
To see.
Man,
It's down to mental. I think this team's done way
this
too
game
much.
is like
I might argue that
legendary,
it's down to
man.
Vitality being
This
insane.
matchup has
Wow,
one of the most
DERKE
incredible players of all time
peeking
on the
into a
server, you
position
know?
that is being held
Look at the rosters,
not only
man.
by
This
Chronicle,
is...
but also by Alfia, and he still manages to quickly deal a death
How your
blow.
Valorant friend, man, who watched the game in the beginning of days, you know, like how everyone, your grandmother,
All that we love to see
everybody,
utilize to take space.
even your dog, your cat, should watch this game, man. Should watch these highlights, please.
From the seaside because of
They
that
cannot miss
aggressive
this.
fight that they
No
took.
one can. I didn't lost the first map. I didn't lost that, okay? I just couldn't react live with 2 guys. But I watch it.
Paranoia is going to keep them back a little longer.
The editing is already done, and man, I'm not gonna lie.
We're talking about for
I like to react now, man. I actually fell in love with
There's
this.
splits to come through on the A side.
It's
Salvos
nice, I
to
like it.
slow as soon as the door
But
opens.
the old style, man, just
Whoa, it
editing,
was
you know,
almost a big
I like
mistake.
that too, bro. Okay, I like
Pressure on,
it.
and Safe knows it. Body's coming around the corner. He's down below in the well. Creeps around the backside as well.
I hope you guys
Very
like the
important
editing
Alfier's
too.
gaze.
Give me your
The 2
feedback.
versus 4, thanks to
30
that
seconds
shot.
left.
Maybe even having a plant in it. Him
where
planting,
Boaster is.
you're never going to expect
Planted.
Boaster to still be in rubble till they hear his steps. They just heard him running. DERKE was well within range, and you can see. Oh, maybe
Okay, okay.
Maybe not. Yeah, must have missed it.
Very big round, man.
Aggressive position. This could even things up if he wins the fight. Not clean, but he does get the kill. That's all that matters. Puts things back into a 2v2.
Boaster
and they've
heard the
expected Boaster to
rotation.
run away, to go back to try and join his teammate. The thing is, that
Okay, they're gonna win the round.
forces Alpha's hand, but he still manages to survive.
I tell you, man, this is a legendary game.
A round that looked dead and buried, but put this man back on a killjoy. And
Let's go,
Good to see
Fnatic.
him smile.
Yo, that kid, man, I don't know why, man, but when I look at him, I think about Swaggy, bro. Who knows Swaggy from 1.6?
Was looking very
First
clean.
ever
Feel like those
Valorant professional
steps
player,
forward,
bro.
but It can be hard in the moment.
You know, even before the game was released, it was announced 31, bro.
Whiffy up top as well, but onto DERKE and finishing off kicks
beast
with
is back.
ease. The beast is back.
Base being taken. DERKE, the first point of contact.
Okay, he still gets one. That's pretty good.
Kayak has found 2.
Okay,
With
got
utility
2.
and a shot.
What?
Yeah, Les going down to the nade as well as open the
How
site
did the last die?
for FNATIC. A plant and a man advantage to work with.
He got combo there? By Crashes and Kayak?
Could even come out of this round with ult online, but wouldn't really need it considering Vitality are low. in terms
Man,
of
this is a
credits.
tough retake, bro.
May come into play.
And if they lose, they're gonna be
Decide
broke
to go
next
for
round.
this. 3 versus 4, they lose 1 player and it's time to fall back. They see an onslaught of utility and it may just be the same. Salvos and a pop flash inside the smoke. Kix has got the
Man,
cover
Kix
he
is
needs
so good
to
with
follow
bridge.
through on that kill without disruption. But when they step a little
Swag.
wider, Kayak and Alpha ready to clean up, all on C-Buff, and no idea that Crashies has wrapped around.
Is that Zayu?
What an adjustment!
Oh, no time, no time.
Last few seconds, but
NT, bro, NT. Holy shit.
a clean engagement, but a fight that's still going
What a
to
fucking
end.
game already.
Yeah, you have to give credit to Crashies for the timing. Knowing just about when he needed to
he was
peak.
blind.
That
He
is
was
really
blind,
lucky for
bro.
Seabov. Again, that looked like a round that was done.
What a
and
last.
dusted
That
with
boy had no chance.
the initial take.
Today we got the new Laz playing for Loud, bro. Yeah.
Competitive and even.
Laz is not dead, but we already got the new Laz. Luke Showitz his name. Watch that game.
Especially
Time is getting low. Alpha still has lockdown, man.
Gotta be
Oh,
careful.
safe. No.
Timing for safe couldn't be worse.
Yeah.
20 seconds less. Is the
Oh my
last
God,
man
the timing
standing.
on the
Paranoid will
flash,
force him
bro.
out, and he's going to take some damage as he backs away.
Killed Paranoid by Bolster.
This will be a post plant. Really something that Vitality can deny.
If DERKE ult, he can change weapons.
They'll have to fight their way back through with DERKE on the off. It's not the easiest to make work on these kind of.
Ah, now it's a save for sure.
Play now we save. They need from the B site. I think he's
Okay,
hearing the
both
turret,
are-
knowing that he doesn't want to be baiting it. No, it's actually looking the wrong way. He even steps out into heavy traffic, knowing he wants to flank up on A. Ingles the Tay-hold, Armageddon, slowing them down on the A site, drawing them into battles. They step forward on B. They
Man,
step
Laz
forward
is
on
just
A, and
Toto and the guy's
really
dead.
taking
Toto, the
it
other guy's dead.
the two-piece pickup, and they've avoided DERKE's ire by a matter of
Jovichu.
seconds with a Viper's pit down from Chronicle, by the way, at long last. That makes it difficult for DERKE.
Actually,
He has to give up the
yeah.
operator.
And they know he's there now as well. The alarm bot went offline, perfectly timed for him to get their dimensional drift used to try and clear out positions, wanting to try and get rid of Crashies, but Crashies still wins.
I've never seen him spraying in my life.
DERKE, he's got to try and find
That's why.
not only the Viper, but some space to play with. Went back, has at least a little bit of extra HP, but that is ticking away. Needs Chronicle to fall, and he finds the headshot, but has to be wary of the player.
Crashies. He's a clutch player, bro. When you need it, he's there for you.
But honestly, that came down to Boaster. If he doesn't have
Laz is
success,
down already.
was thrown away by the lack of control.
Got punished. Yo, Alpha loves to do this, man.
Look at where he actually died. It doesn't even look like he's out far enough to even
No, he was just
damage. That's a big
kept
start.
spotting that.
Switch up,
Got punished.
trying to maneuver DERKE into new positions.
Maybe
putting
it's
less
the
over on
jump
C
a little
instead,
bit.
And with him gone, you can already see that has been completely claimed by Kayak. Also, if the orb is still there, that could be a little bit too much.
They thought that he was in heaven, though. I think he had the right play there. Like, you're trapped, you're surrounded, you've got to spring on something.
Or if they
Especially
drop
with them thinking he's
the
on other
spike
angle,
for
that
Kayak
that's where
and
the
have
danger
showstopper.
lies, that it would be a split through to B. It makes sense. Deep aggression from Kayak, knowing that
Okay, he
most
got
of
it.
the drawing
That's Showstopper
forces
as
in
well.
the other direction. And indeed, Showstopper online.
This is
now.
even better.
That should be
Clean round here for FNATIC.
especially now.
I think we all want to see a third map, right? Between the two things.
Delaying them further, and I think
On
Vitality,
Haven especially?
whether they are a big fan of a waterfall retake,
He even showed anything. I'm hoping we'll have the replay of it. It must have been, yeah.
Ah, yeah. This is a sick shot, bro. This is a sick shot.
The opener, and by that
jump
point,
spot
you
wasn't
kind of lost
bad.
So much control. Like they had a free walk into C.
But Alpha, he loves to do this. Oh my god.
That's,
I thought I'm safe here.
No.
yeah, they did. They had a free walk as FNATIC.
Bro, can you imagine Haven?
And now
Both teams
avoid
running
this
double
walk-up.
duelist?
This could have been disastrous.
Yeah, that would
We
be
saw
insane.
DERKE able to capitalize. Instead, they make it to the C site minus Alpha Air. Also, the
It
latest
seemed
lurk of all time.
It seemed like they had an idea over on the Vitality side that they might opt to switch back. And yeah, you mentioned it. This is a late rotation coming through, maybe a little bit too late. Boaster needs to hold the line for Chronotool to get back in time. As he watches, now knowing his teammates up close, but needing to try and deny if there was someone spamming it, coming through.
Ooh,
on the other side.
Chronicle.
Chronicle's actually managed to find one more, but Kix is still waiting.
That was a good angle by Kix.
Chronicle trying to face off versus two, needs a little bit more. Shots connected, but Kix is just sticking the defusing.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. Kix is one of the most underrated players that exists, man. He's too good at this game, man. Too good.
Well, maybe even enough. 8-4, a much easier half to recover on.
We're talking a lot about
not
Safe,
done yet.
about
Could be a
Laz,
7-5
about
half
DERKE,
in
but
their
this
favor.
kid is insane, man.
From FNATIC, 7 out of 8 rounds, but finally put to bed here. And in a round where they use that showstopper for the pick onto Les, it's remarkable. What a job by Seavelf up top, by Safe containing.
Oh, he has
that
one
deeper
intended for next
aggression. I
round
think
as well.
The over-rotation of the A site. Oh, look at the position of Kix. Oh, the final Crash is too deep.
He didn't know.
Chronicle's on for the third, and this is a beautiful read from FNATIC. Not that play, but the start of the round. They knew Vitality had pushed up when the alarm bot was broken as an addition. The reaction, I don't know if we'll hear it on the comms, but Alpha clearly called for it. It wrapped back.
Ace for Chronicle.
For that push up, the response from Chronicle covering his teammates as the Rolling Thunder came.
The legend. Oh my god, Laz. Are you a nice guy?
And then just sprinting
Nah.
over towards that side of the map. He'll get himself one
Okay,
extra
okay.
kill just to improve his stats for the VLR scoreboard readers, but ultimately a stellar half coming through from FNATIC.
And more importantly, he got his cast up, and that's what it's all about. A nice 8-4 cushion for FNATIC.
What a game, my friends. What a game. Energy up.
To map 3 after the break.
If they do go this way,
Here we go. Here we go.
down.
Let's go, FNATIC. I want to see a third map. Sorry, Vitality fans. Sorry, Laz.
Not possible with Chronicle
But-
down in the dirt. Alphier.
I jinxed it.
As
Fuck.
is Boaster. A convincing set of opening duels for Vitality. And it looks like that score
Yeah,
line
bro,
is
I don't
about
know.
to get
I don't know
a lot
now.
Closer, considering half of their rounds come off the back of winning the
My boy
pistol
Crash
in the
is
first
insane
round.
at clutching, but this one,
Certainly a breath of fresh air to see them keep
Not a single
themselves
chance,
in
man.
After such a close map number 1, we know they've got it in the tank. Over that white noise, I would be impressed if he can hear anything.
Kayak. Oh my god, bro.
That's exactly what
Reflex.
I wanted to see.
Reaction time is looking good for
Solid
Kayak
position,
here.
Spike on the deck, retrieving
Is
that
that
is
angle
gonna be easy,
actually
and you can already
pretty
see
good?
The rest of the team are having to try and hightail
Gonna
it
try
back
it.
in the other direction. This aggression wasn't spotted out, and Vitality were basically looking for it for the majority of the round. Waiting for some support.
30 seconds left.
DERKE's operator will be that first point of contact, looking for the head, but doesn't get anything, and Alfia immediately swings. Les has taken space on B and does manage to win the fight, but they need to get that spike first. Immediately going away, but teleporting straight into the hands of Boaster with the Odin. The spike down, but it was irrelevant.
The back off. Paranoia used to buy a little bit of space, but that stun is perfect. Boaster has to send it to the backside. Salvos are chasing him down. Keeping him honest. Only one corner he can really fight from, and Crashies ends up going down, but Chronicle from the side, picking up a few. Stinger unsafe, alongside his salvos, have brought this back to even territory.
Oh
FNATIC
my god.
still have Chronicle, though. He's tearing through the back lines as they push into the
Chronicle's the
site.
god of this game,
It's
man.
only the first players through that end up breathing late, safe and kicks. And they're up against it with the operator of Kayak and the utility clearing down below. Safe
And
needs that pick up top.
That's the thing. His
some
position
players on
revealed.
Vitality have no
Spike
money.
might be everything and has to turn tail, and unfortunately,
Yo, map number 3 is getting closer, my friends.
combining, that's another on the board.
Even last time was that wall. Let's take their map shields away. Fair enough. Big ult from DERKE. Lots of info found.
They found Chronicle.
They didn't. I don't think they saw.
Yeah, here.
No,
What did I
they
miss?
didn't. They definitely didn't. Seavoff has teleported into the site. He was frustrated about not receiving info. Now he's not giving it out. He was too busy.
I like that. Hey, man.
Blitz
Let's
in the
see you.
In zone flawless. You dead.
Man,
try and
this
use his own spell against
is
him. That
so
one's
good
never
for
gonna
Kayak,
work.
but imagine the confidence
An
that this kid is going to
amount of
get
damage,
if...
but taken by either side.
Actually,
An
they already
advantage
beat
here.
Vitality here on this map, but imagine if FNATIC
Fantastic.
wins against
Form coming out
Vitality,
from
bro.
Crashies. You look at the ultimates,
This
those are
kid
in
will
their
become the
favor.
superstar that we all
Kayak,
expecting
where
him
do
to
you
be,
even
man.
go at this stage?
I believe in that.
You now have Boaster bolstering B.
I know a lot of people criticize
Even this
FNATIC
nasty
to
little
kick DERKE in
trap
VMA,
play. You got the Viper's Pit,
but
no?
Kayak, man,
Well,
is
they
a
knocked off C.
different
This
player,
is what
different
happened in the
person,
last
and he
round.
has a lot of
They
talent too.
targeted Alfia. You know that this guy is going to be lurking in that spot, and now he's moved up. Buddy, you're
Yeah, only one.
touching your back right now.
Calm,
Being
breathe, bro,
caught
breathe.
out
It's
by
12
the
6. You can do
audacity
whatever you want
of
with this
the
round.
FNATIC squad. The TP's not going to work. The Viper's Pit integrity is still there, and you can even see the reposition on B. Crashies has taken back control, expecting them to come through, expecting them to clear his angle.
What
What is that from Chronicle?
is that he did?
So Pit.
Check PC. Actually, yeah, now you can check it. I wanna see a close third map. GG.
To close out this map.
Whose map pick was this again? They looked so clean here, and you talk about looking at the data. Well, it just got a whole lot better for FNATIC, 1-1.
It is not a question, but he's not
What is happening here? Civil is playing ISO. What the fuck? I wasn't expecting this one.
DERKE, Sivo, they will combine immediately.
But here we go.
A scrappy start indeed, but it's sort of
Yo,
what we expect,
low-key.
right? running this composition, unless I'm mistaken as well.
Yeah, they are never last players though.
Play this in an official, but when it comes to ISO, when it comes to this man,
this is his second, right? He got, was it 38 kills on Haven as a breach? So you then put him on an ISO. If anything, it should be easier.
45 minimum. Let's set the bar here and now. Anything short of it, he's throwing. But no, like
Crashes and safe running
individually. This guy is
Sova here, not Teho. Interesting.
In week 1, and a chance to build up those stats again here now in the role where it makes a bit more sense, where that expectation can be put onto a Kayak.
Was nice, but he's solo.
Nicely done, but anything further will be
only Crashes left. He's a clutch player, but man,
him down. Crashes,
I don't see how.
Man standing, 1v3. And already he's going to be caught, suppressed, and taken out by kicks. Help out that A site. Kayak's now here, 3 players. Boaster even starts to get an inkling that this could be the A hit.
Okay, he gets the
he's
kill.
Now ready to pop paranoia. It's perfect, but Vitality still come ahead. They cannot expect these numbers to still be here. Now they will. Alfier was the one to find a kill with Boaster going down. 12 seconds left. The plant needs to be found. The spike on backside and undeniable. They ran into
bro, this is a big round, man, by FNATIC. That was some weird picks that they did.
Big swings from FNATIC. But Vitality,
what? He said FNATIC?
With everything that came their way.
Did I learn that right?
3v1 where Chronicle, as good as he's been, seems to just be locked out. That earlier Kayak knows there's players coming his way, has a gate crash to get out of there.
Okay, Siva has ult, man.
They know that he's here. Yeah, they saw the reveal, and yeah, time to get out.
Oh.
The only benefit there is...
Oh, you cannot think, bro. Why are you giving away your position?
Be careful. I don't know if he's really...
Why are you giving away your position?
Into the
guy popped the shield, bro.
Sivor fighting up against Chronicle, and while he has not been missing so far, Kayak still at the back of the site, though, has been able to get one and escapes once again. The second gate crash utilized DERKE. Seems like he might try something cheeky of his own.
Yeah, but he's conscious there's either a player or perhaps even the player.
Was kind of tripping there, or too confident.
The smoke doesn't want to emerge from it. Ultimate activated from Kayak. Gonna clear out a lot of space. He didn't clear the corner. But Les doesn't know. He doesn't know. He just knows that that player ran out there. He panics. He pops the cage. Information at least goes their way, and Kayak realizes, hearing the steps, that there's still one outside garage. We'll look to crunch on him later, and the push. With the smoke up, FNATIC, they stand a decent chance.
Oh, they can get half.
The wall is going to block them all from spamming.
Bro.
It's almost
what?
Fused.
It was so close. They're defusing there. Oh my god, they all died.
That's quick. Steve off with a 3.
They are broke as fucking now, bro.
Are hammering FNATIC into
that was so close, dude.
It's actually crazy. We talk about this squad and the fact
that
Trex has been a highlight player throughout VCT EMEA for the past few years.
Bro, that means Chronicle, no?
Pick up a man from the tier 2.
Oh, this kid is on fire, bro. Holy shit.
Well, DERKE wants to take his boots back. But really, for someone like Sivov coming into this map up against Alfier on the ISO, one of the best ISOs in the world, you gotta think that even if you can exist in his shadow, that's a success. But right now, he is shining a new light on FNATIC. FNATIC with a decent step up from Kayak. 2-piece already, Les and DERKE down.
And next game today will be Koi versus Carmine Corp, my friends. Angie versus Shadows. Interesting game, man. My boys are like, I expecting Sugetsu to be on fire.
Both Boaster and Kayak being able to get something, but
I have this feeling that he's gonna play
fall back into
an amazing game, man.
Helping out massively. Hunter's Fury utilized and will pick off Sivov. It's an investment, but that has garnered a reward, and you can see the long run around from Crashies. He's hoping to try and find a weapon on his way back, or potentially box them in. The rest of the players are going to have to
Hunter
wait
is serious for
to get
safe.
in position. That time will continue to tick, and that also means that they won't have his utility until he reveals himself.
Very much worthwhile, though, with that smoke put down by Boaster. Cerebral, well, I thought because he could sneak his way through, but the reveal is needed, broken, and some information to work with here. Trade starts out well. Crashies on the recovered rifle, but now he's the last one standing safe.
Alright, that's nice, safe. That's nice.
Hunter's Fury, if he can get to safe distance to activate. Instead, he's looking for the kill, but Crashies made the read. He suspected that's where Safe would take it, and with enough time to bring this across the line.
Well played, bro. Well played, Crashes. I tell you, man, he's a clutch player, dude.
Incredibly close.
So close.
Those early fights being taken. utilizing the sheriffs to great effect. But then it was that response, and also the reaction.
And they need
of the
this
Hunter's
round,
Fury.
man. This one is...
This was just absurd. Like, both just spamming at a box and ends up taking
What?
DERKE for his money. Less with maybe a little bit of a late check of that corner.
Safe could be a little bit colder that too.
Crashy's finding one with the Hunter's Fury and a couple more. They're on the board.
Let's go, let's
Took
go.
them some time.
This is the wake, this is the evac, this is the evac plan.
Sublime.
Safe was one away from his
See if they
Q
can get
contract,
anything
man.
done here.
Eyes on that.
Close corner. It's going to be cleared by the decoy at
Oh
least.
my god.
And Sevov the one to win that battle up against Alfier. Ult activated in the kill contract. He's been good in these, but Boaster, in a heater of a series, doesn't stand a
I like
chance
this kid,
against
man.
Sevov.
I like this kid.
4v2. FNATIC seemingly locked out, and the much more direct
Yeah, they gotta
approach
save at least this
from
up, I
Vitality
think. But they have money to buy next
wonderfully.
round. But still, the up should be saved.
Takes have been really impressive. Space taken by DERKE, then Seaborth on the follow-up. It
Oh,
seems
look at
like
DERKE, look at DERKE.
somehow an even deadlier combination than when we had Safe on it, which seems ludicrous to say when you look back to, again, the #1 and #2
Oh, okay,
duelists
that's big.
of the year.
For Vitality in the late round. Less is lurks. We've talked about them.
Got
They've
this
been
side.
impactful, and yeah, they're going to clear the standard side. Will they clear the left,
Oh
though?
my, oh my.
For now, the answer is no.
Ah, that's crazy.
Just as Chronicle swung out, and now the ult indeed gives all the info to FNATIC.
Dimensional Drift has been picked up by DERKE, though. If they are going to try and defuse
They got the defuse. Oh my god, man, they are so good with the spans. Yo, they got the pixel, bro. They got the pixel. They know exactly where the plant is.
That's all that's really
Man, they know what they're doing, bro. Low-key, they know what they're doing. Man, for FNATIC,
Got some flair to the
one round here is enough to drain 2
to
rounds.
see DERKE doing that up against you. You know
It's
he's
pretty
had
good,
fun,
man.
And you want to quickly put that to bed. 2 rounds left in the half.
Okay, okay.
Vitality, oh, they lose the opening pick. Sevov down. Who steps up to fill the gap? Boaster onto DERKE. Kicks. He's had some good maps so far. Boaster's barely making it out. They won't be able to hunt it down. Alpha pops the double tap. Sends in a vulnerable 2. A real opportunity, and with the Hunter's Fury landing onto Kicks, this round seems to be cemented in favor of FNATIC. Some real heroic gameplay.
Oh, that's a
needs
good
to be
shot,
found
Safe.
and safe.
Boaster is low HP.
Give it
Hunter
its best
Surfer
shot.
Safe as well.
2v3.
It's Hunter's Fury as well.
Winnable.
Using it in this spot's always going to be difficult. Less field dimensional drift thrown in. They're going to.
Oh, huge kill, Boaster. Huge kill. Holy shit.
And now less. He's got to pull off a miracle. Nice shot for the first. Even
Ah, that was nice. That was nice.
dimensional drift to end, but it was well timed by FNATIC. Not being
Man, 3.
but maybe if they can catch out less, it will be
It's
a
sometimes enough for any other team, bro. Imagine for FNATIC, the kings of comeback.
Happy to take the
You got a game, my friends.
He's been spammed up, and the shock dart finds him. Vitality. Oh, they still have a problem to deal with.
Okay, okay, that's nice. That's nice.
Alpha here, and he's managed to pull Kicks
Never
into a
doubt
battle for his
FNATIC, bro.
life. The shots don't land though. Then it's Kicks.
Okay, this is over. This is over, I think.
G.
GG. Nah, I'm joking, I'm joking. 9-3, bro. They need the pistol, though.
3 up at the half.
9-3, bro. They need the fucking pistol. Otherwise, this is gonna end real fast.
Very first went the way of FNATIC, but they need to try and match up with what will be the last one.
That's a
not
good
bad
start.
Alfia, a quiet first half, but he's already going to open up in the pistol.
Just pausing, waiting for the push now.
If anywhere,
Old
want
school
Alpha here to be confident at
FPS
this
being
half.
played here.
Matters the most. Aggression is necessary. You will be the point of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
spear.
They always push, bro. They always look for something, everything.
Double tap activate.
Part of the
In
game.
goes Kayak first though. He's got the full HP to work with, and not anymore. A cleanup of the double duelist moving through the double doors. And Vitality even find Crashies with Sevov on a huge kill. FNATIC way behind now. They started out with an opening duel, and they've got nothing ever since.
Never expected 2 players to be sat behind the door in garage. Is such an unusual position to see 2 people stand. Again, in a buy round, you'd probably never do that because of the risks with utility going through, flashes, etc. But in this case, less gambled on it. Boaster trying to bait out,
30 seconds left.
push through spawn as well. They're hoping to try and find a fight, but the majority of this roster has looked to group up for Vitality. All 4 players wrapping around mid, and the double tap is just a
no,
goal
no, no,
to
no.
sell
What
that here
is
that
happening here? Chronicle is going to C.
Maybe there's a small
Spike is being
chance,
planted on A.
an isolated fight, but it really comes down
Oh my
to
god, he
Chronicle.
heard all this shit. He heard all this shit.
Did he get seen?
All the way around. No, he's not being seen.
but
Now
let's
he has. Sivov picked off and last
Good read by Laz.
finishes
Holy
him off
shit, what is this
eventually.
smoke?
That's
No
a
matter?
Boser in a bit of an awkward spot. Together, despite
Is
kicks
this
being
no matter?
low.
Is this no matter?
DERKE swinging alone goes down too.
Holy shit!
And he's dropping it back on the stage.
I fucking love it! I fucking love it!
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh my god, yo, tell me you expect that,
Huh?
huh?
Maybe it was a sixth sense, but if you watch
The comeback is real, bro. Trust me, this shit is not. It's far from over.
Somehow, Chronicle is behind. It becomes
Boom, 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 boom.
irrelevant, is what I was gonna say. It becomes
Find it,
irrelevant
find it.
when you have both
Oh,
doing
what
stuff
the
like
fuck?
that. They needed someone to give them a lifeline, and now we look for what
Man,
Vitality will
the weapons
respond.
of FNATIC is so good,
He still
bro.
got that trap to cover off Garage, even despite
It's a full buy, bro. It's a full buy. Forget the bonus.
Can't just fight in from a few angles. He wants to open this up a little bit more, but he's fighting into heavy FNATIC territory. Sivov, the return of perhaps the king, certainly on this server, but he's being put down quickly.
Yeah.
Returned by less, keeps it doable. Boaster
Oh
and
my,
Chronicle.
oh my. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, bro. We got a game here, dude.
Wow, look at the pace. I think they've had the realization, similarly to the last half, that this A side has been incredibly difficult for both sides. And with a more direct take, well, DERKE is way too slow to realize
Yeah.
what's going on.
Way too slow indeed.
Remove safe, and
This is a save already. Yeah.
There's still a minute left on the clock, but are you going to try and fight back?
Nah, they gotta save this, man. No money.
FNATIC have tried that bait, succeeded, and now head into just one man. That man will be less.
Okay.
For Sivov, he had
Laz is in trouble.
trigger discipline to not just fire the ult through in.
He gets one kill, man. That's so good.
It's not even Hunter's Fury. It's Boaster with the trade, but because the ult's online, Sivov gets another shot. Double tap.
Gets the kill. We'll have shit again, man.
Sivov finds the pick and now comes back in ready.
Time. They gotta play faster.
Have their work cut out for them.
That's what guys waiting for.
Versus 3. Happy to run that clock down a little lower, but the plant
Okay.
very much needed by this squad now. 10 seconds. They know that someone has to plant, and when they do, they're removed from the fight, but they'll do it on eliminations instead, taking the fight to the backside.
Crash is so cold, man.
Hot on Vitality's heels again. It's time to make a call.
Smoke's gone in.
Okay, this is the pick. This is the
Is
pick.
heading back towards C. They are selling this as a giant ruse in towards the A side. Of course, the
30
majority
seconds
can
left.
just leave, and they have fallen.
Okay, I also heard that.
For this one, only one standing.
But-
Will be less.
If he picks there.
Timing, at least on one of the players, but
Chronicle.
baits him in with the removal.
Low money for Vitality, bro.
Now they have that post plant.
Man, this was 9-3.
4. Dimensional drift immediately used for DERKE to try and clear some of these angles, knowing there's a player on site. Alfia is already going to drop another teammate though, and this is looking incredibly problematic.
Big plays needed on the site, and it's Alpha still lurking
Got one.
around to find the value. Sivov with an unbelievable performance on ISO, and he'll get the defuse to halfway. They've even got the side angle covered. The swing out though.
Thank you, 10. No. Actually,
For DERKE,
some money for Vitality.
it's aggression from DERKE down on A short.
Okay.
It's the ulti, and that's a big
Another
problem.
fake, but
Even though he gate
this time it
crashes,
didn't work
they have
as
to be worried
in the
about
previous
this
round.
for the rest of the round until that's fully cleared. It keeps safe in position.
Man, DERKE
deep into
is
the round,
flanking.
only
There's
now
no
starting
trip
to
there.
leave that A site, but it's
Oh my god, this push is amazing.
that was created.
Kayak
But they're
Iwasachi.
watching it. Kayak.
That's insane. Oh my god, bro.
Their
Their money's still shit, by the way.
Vitality put to bed early.
And they immediately look to fall back, already seeing enough for them to know that
What a call, man. What a call.
they're trying to run the steps over to A and make them commit in this direction. Look at them running all the way down as if this is the play.
And they talk
It
about
really
Boaster,
does
but and
seem
they
like
dare to talk about Boaster.
It's so many
How
leaders
can they?
just baiting their opponents, baiting the leaders of the Vitality squad to believe that this is going to be an A commitment. Instead, now those two players who've sold the ruse look to run back, and they're still waiting for less. They're waiting.
What a
for
masterclass
play
here
on
at
the
this
side
attack
they
side,
never
man.
even took.
Masterclass.
Unbelievable.
Gotta save.
The consistent switch ups, redirects, and bamboozles, and well,
Wow.
DERKE thought
Aye.
second time he's just
I told you, man. The comeback, it was possible, bro.
coming
Outlaw.
up, and then he purchased an outlaw to beat the other team's outlaw. It truly is ridiculous how
This team, man, you gotta respect
His head
FNATIC,
kind of
bro.
must be at this stage.
You see all the
They have the
money from
comeback
FNATIC
aura,
mentality go, okay,
you know?
We can get utility and get some decent weapons.
Never
we can have
doubt
shields.
FNATIC,
And
man.
then the first
Never,
pick
never,
goes for an
never.
outlaw and you're like, uh-oh. Well, a lot of us are in a pretty vulnerable
He's got
position,
him.
but FNATIC,
This is everything.
was so
See
close
what
again.
Needs to try and win this battle. It's him versus Chronicle,
Yeah.
and it's Bessie. And he knows it as well. That might be the beginning of the end. Chronicle was able to hold on to mid control, but the team weren't just sitting waiting. They weren't watching.
Alpha has Zocho, Alpha has Zocho.
Fight like we were. Instead, there's no.
Ay, ay, ay. He's not missing that, bro. He's not missing that. It's GG, my friends. FNATIC, the comeback kings. One of the greatest of all time, bro. One of the greatest organizations, one of the greatest players. They did it, man. Respect FNATIC. GG. Well play. Leave a like and subscribe. There's more games today.
Repeats itself for a 7th time.
that's got to be heartbreaking, Tom. After Split going the way it did, Vitality digging deep to fight back into that map.